Lacy is slowly losing his career because of Darla. I'm not too familiar on this situation. I know Lacy the streamer, and I don't even really know his girl like that, but supposedly his girl cheated on him. And one thing that I know, it doesn't matter what the excuse is, it doesn't matter what's going on. If your girl cheats on you, that shit needs to be over. There's no going back. I mean, if you really need to know, maybe you can try and understand her thought process, but honestly, leave that shit in the past. Let's get right into the video and see what it's talking about. Make sure you guys tap into the Twitch streams. We're streaming every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I want to see the Where You At family there. Let's get into it. Come on.
Where you at, Berto?
This Lacy Darla Claire situation might be the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. And I'm not just talking about on the internet. And while Lacy is most certainly a lost cause, bro is absolutely cooked.
The AC unit with this toolkit.
Like, do you think you're like a toddler? Like I can't hold your whole...
There's still plenty of time for a lot of people watching this video to learn from Lacy's mistakes to make sure that you absolutely never end up like him. Now, I'm going to assume that if you clicked on this video, you probably already know who Darla is, and it's likely that you know the story between Darla and Lacy. But
I do not.
If you somehow don't, I would definitely recommend you check out this video right here that I made, as that is the majority of my Lacy videos combined.
An hour long yapping about another nigga and his girl. I don't know, man. Yeah, just give me a quick summary, please.
Into one, and the first like 30 to 40 minutes of that video will tell you everything you need to know about Lacy and Darla. But long story short, last summer when Lacy was in the middle of his blow up over on Twitch, he would start doing content with this girl that goes by the name of Darla Claire. And after doing content with her for a couple of months, Lacy would quickly start to catch feelings for her. And instead of straight up telling Lacy that she didn't like him, she would lead him on for months, letting him believe that he was in a relationship with her while she was secretly hanging out with her ex Bryce every single second she wasn't with Lacy. Now there's honestly a lot more to the story. Like I said, that was just a quick version, but just know that this girl did Lacy so incredibly dirty that even the rest of the FaZe members made it very clear they do not like her.
She's about to hit like of a lifetime. She ran up her Snapchat numbers. That shit started drying up and she's coming back. She's literally hitting you. It's a broad day lick, no shiesty. Open field. She's doing this shit in a public space.
It got so bad and they were so disappointed in Lacy that they would actually have a sit-down intervention with him where they would tell him exactly how they feel about Darla.
This is really sad, man, because this is 100% a situation where, you know, money don't unlame you, bro. And I, you know, again, I don't know him personally, but he seems like a cool dude that just young and got turned, you know what I'm saying, financially. But now there's going to be people that are going to try to take advantage of that.
A loser, a real life loser. I'm not kidding when I say this. I cannot believe you could go back to a woman who tried to separate me and you, who lied about multiple things, who would send you paragraphs telling you to stop talking to me, I'm a liar, and then you go back.
Lacy would even promise to Ron, who was the most disappointed out of anybody in FaZe, that he would never talk to Darla ever again.
You're gonna put bets on if you go back?
I'll put $100,000 of my own money on it.
You see how you didn't say his whole bank?
I'll put my whole bank on it.
On what? You're gonna put 2.1 million.
Damn.
Nah, bro, it's not that little, bro.
Oh.
We can up the stakes a little bit.
So you're willing to put bread on the fact that you mean it this time. Okay, lock it.
How old is Lacy, bro?
100 grand.
Wait.
I don't got.
But little did we know at the time, Lacy is such a pathetic two-faced loser that while he was sitting there,
oh my god, two-faced losers, insane,
nodding his head and pretending to listen to his friends, he was actually secretly talking to Darla the entire time. And it would be less than 2 months later when Lacy would come on stream and he would actually admit that he's been not only talking to Darla, but dating her for the past 3 months.
Let's have a big bro talk right quick, man. That girl that broke your heart, that girl that led you on, the one that you was dating, the one that you was really putting above yourself, putting her on a pedestal, making sure that she was good, even though she never reciprocated the energy, bro. Leave her alone, bro. You don't need her. She was only holding you back. And I know you don't see it now, bro. I know it feels crazy. I know you put so much emotion into it, but it's because you put her on a pedestal, my brother. And once you realize that the worth was within you, you had the control all along, your eyes will open to a whole and new world, brother. Because it hurts, man. I know what that heartbreak feels like. I know what that pain feels like. I know as a man, it's within our DNA. It's our primal instincts to want to take care and provide and be that motherfucking nigga for our girls, bro. I understand that. But you also got to understand, if she does not value you, if she does not appreciate you, if she's not willing to compromise for you and you willing to compromise for her, she's just not the one, man. She's just not the one. And, you know, regardless of all the memories, regardless of all them pictures, regardless of, you know, all them dates, everything, regardless of all the I love yous and looking her in her eyes, it's okay. It's your world, brother. And you're not even in your final form yet, G. You're not even close to being in your final form yet. Why would you ever disrespect yourself moving backwards on someone that never even respected you in the first place? Okay? I'm talking to you, bro. I'm talking to you. Lock in, King. It's your world. Promise me this. No more looking back. If it sounds like a duck, if it looks like a duck, she's a motherfucking duck, bro. Don't fall for that shit. You're better than that. Come on. Lock in.
My content has been the best it's ever been over the last 3 months. I've been the happiest I've ever been over the last 3 to 5 months. I was running around at a party drunk saying I have a girlfriend. So if that's not claiming, I don't know what the fuck is.
Now, he said that at the beginning of June, which means he would have had to start dating her back in March. And that clip that you saw of him sitting down talking to his friends about it was in April.
You're gonna put bets on if you go back.
I'll put $100,000 of my own money on it.
Meaning he was literally dating her in that clip you just saw. Bro was sitting there listening to his friends talk about his girlfriend like that, and he didn't have the audacity or the balls to say anything about the fact that he's still dating her. He sat there and told his friends that he would never talk to her again.
Because that's really one of those situations where you are so embarrassed. You know you in the wrong. You know that you tripping and you just allowing it to happen anyway. You got to have some self-respect, bro. You got to have some self-respect.
And then went straight up into his room and started texting her. Now, I will say that Darla actually claims they started dating.
Dating? Like, it was the 23rd of May.
Which would have only been like 2.5 weeks before that clip I just showed you of Lacy confirming it. So obviously somebody is lying in this situation. Either Lacy is lying to make it seem like they were dating longer, maybe hoping that would make him look like less of a
Lacy starting to strike me as one of them guys back in school where, you know, they'd be like, oh yeah, I have a girlfriend, bro. I have a girlfriend. And you'd be like, oh, what's her name? Where is she? And he's like, oh, she lives like 10 hours away, but we're madly in love. It's like, bro, what? You know, remember that back in like, that was like a elementary, middle school joint that insecure niggas would pull.
Imp, I guess. Or Darla is lying to help save her ass. Now, there's actually a reason why I'm talking about the specific date, and it's not because I give a fuck. You see, back in the original Lacy videos, one of the things that I found out was that Darla was actually hanging out with her ex-boyfriend Bryce at the same time as Lacy. So I figured, why not check out his YouTube channel again? Not actually expecting to find anything over there, but holy shit, to my surprise, I absolutely would find some shit over there. So unsurprisingly, it does look like Darla hopped back on Bryce's meat almost immediately after having the fallout with Lacy, as the original situation happened with Lacy and Darla back in July of 2024, so essentially exactly a year ago. And
bro, girls be so like listen, man, you know, again, I just gave y'all the yap, bro. I just gave y'all the motivation y'all need. Lock in, focus on yourselves, and don't become a bitter person over this shit. But at the end of the day, especially these young girls, you know, if you in high school, college, bro, they lack so much emotional intelligence. You can't even beat yourself up when they do stupid shit like this, bro. Now, I'm not saying you should go for it. You got to respect yourself enough to walk away. But at the same time, like, them hoes gonna learn, bro. Them hoes, they gonna learn. Like, they gonna look back and their life's gonna pass them by. And it doesn't necessarily matter because you shouldn't be living to get revenge on that hoe. But she's gonna look back and miss what she had, bro. She's gonna look back and be like, damn, all these niggas that I was fucking and sucking, they just, you know, they treated me like nothing. And I had a nigga that was actually willing to build with me. And you know what your job is? Indirectly, is to shit on her, straight up. I'm just keeping it a stack. And again, you not doing it to shit on her, but the fact is you're going to be so locked in and getting so close to your purpose that she's going to get shat on by default. Okay?
By September of 2024, so only 2 months later, she was already back with Bryce making content. It's very clear to me that this girl is just addicted to the camera, and as long as you have a few thousand subscribers and a camera, she's gonna hop on that meat. No hesitation. And Bryce and Darla would actually make content together pretty consistently over the next couple of months. And they look pretty comfortable together in some of this content.
That's crazy.
Oh my God, this type of shit make a nigga crash, boy. You just seen your hoe cozy up with another nigga? Yee! It's bad.
Let her get a shot of it.
It's very obvious to anyone older than 12 with a pair of eyes that these two were absolutely fucking. But then randomly at the end of March, so about 2.5 months before Lacy confirmed that he was dating Darla, she would disappear out of Bryce's videos. So as long as you're not stupid as shit, I'd say that it's very obvious that at the very least, Darla was talking to Bryce and Lacy at the same time. And as soon as she started dating—
Another little side note, as a man, avoid dopamine junkies, bro. If your girl is constantly, like, I'm not talking about wanting to go out here and there, you know what I'm saying? Have a good time with their friends here and there. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But avoid women that never seem to just sit down. Always seem to be everywhere. Like, this one, for example, is like, oh, I gotta be in a video. Oh, I gotta be over here. I gotta be doing this. I gotta be doing that. So it's like, I'm not saying that you should only be dating homebodies, but bro, avoid dopamine junkies, bro. It's like they are addicted to fast-paced lifestyles. So it's like you can't even keep up with them. You'll never even be gonna be able to please them from an emotional level because they're just so addicted to that fast life, whether it's partying, drinking, smoking, you know, having a good time. It's like, bro, life's not about having great time every day. It's not.
Lacy, she stopped fucking with Bryce. But depending on when they actually started dating, she very easily could have been fucking with Bryce and Lacy at the same exact time, which would be the second time that she's done that, as this is exactly what she did originally. And honestly, I don't think it really matters. Either way, whether they know it or not, Lacy and Bryce are passing this girl around like a fucking football. They're trading this girl back and forth like she's a Pokemon card. Darla is taking this meat roller coaster for an extended ride. 365 days of meat riding. This girl is a fucking meat connoisseur. It is very obvious to me what happened here. Darla never liked Lacy. She was obviously using him to grow her Twitch, her TikTok, and continue to make money. So as soon as they fell off, she went ahead and started hanging out with Bryce again, because that's who she's actually attracted to, not Lacy. But the truth is, Bryce isn't famous anymore. He definitely still pulls decent views on TikTok, but nothing like he used to. And outside of TikTok, he has absolutely zero motion. So it's likely that he's not making that much money. I'm sure.
Wow. Yeah, bro. And again, this is how you win. And you know, if I'm the other guy, I'm not necessarily dissing him. I mean, it's not his responsibility to control your hoe. If your hoe gonna go, hey, she gonna go. You know what I'm saying? That has nothing to necessarily do with him. But you know, from Lacy's perspective, it's like, bro, just lock in. You got to give yourself that self-respect.
He's making enough to survive, but nothing crazy, and certainly not as much money as he was making a couple years ago. And the truth is, Darla's a lazy piece of shit that doesn't have a job and doesn't work, which is exactly why she used Lacy last year so she could make money. And according to Lacy, she made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of him throughout the couple of months they were hanging out.
She used the fuck out of him.
Damn.
She made hundreds of thousands of dollars a month off him.
Damn.
Got a check mark.
But it's likely that she's no longer able to live off Bryce like she was a couple of years ago. So she went back to Lacy so she can mooch off of him, knowing damn well that he's gonna be manipulated by anything she says because he's a fucking loser. And it would work like a charm, because not only would Lacy take Darla back, but after claiming that she would never be in his content,
I don't know how to explain to y'all. I'm not bringing my relationship onto Twitch. That is literally the forefront of where people get too invested. Listen, there will never be a stream. There will never be videos posted. there will never be anything. I'm gonna keep doing me.
He would also backtrack on that statement, and only a couple days ago at the time of me recording this video, he would in fact have Darla on stream.
That shit's cringe as fuck.
You brought me a toothbrush?
Toothbrush for what, bro?
Oh, you got me
Shit's cringe. LOL. Toothbrush. LOL. Airhead.
This is sad, bro. I genuinely, like, I just don't necessarily feel bad for brother, because at the end of the day, like, you gonna live and learn, bro. You gonna feel that pain. One thing about that pain, boy, it's gonna hit. And you either gonna start working with it and making some changes in your life, or you just gonna keep getting it. I'm telling you, you gotta lock in.
So fucking cool.
I got the absolute luxury of sitting down and watching some of this stream, and let me tell you, probably top 5 hardest watches of all time. That shit was embarrassing. They've also been posting a good amount of TikToks together.
I woke up in a new Bugatti. I woke up in a new Bugatti.
Lacy swears he's in a fucking fairy tale or something. Like, bro, it's very obvious. All she wants is your money. They've also been posting TikToks that are very obviously just there to stir up attention. Which is all Darla wants, and holy shit has it been working. So over the majority of 2025, Darla's TikTok was actually pretty stagnant. There was even a couple of months throughout the year that she lost followers, thousands of them. But unsurprisingly, over the past 30 days, as Lacy has started to show her more and more, she's gained about 14,000 new followers over on TikTok. And the majority of those coming in the last 14 days. This girl's career was cooked. She was done. But all of a sudden, here comes Method Man to the rescue.
Fucking Superman, boy.
Coming to save her career. If you made it this far into the video and you somehow think Darla isn't using Lacy, you're genuinely a lobotomite, and you're clearly lacking in critical thinking skills. Now, as funny as it is to laugh at Lacy for this situation, I want to actually try to get to the bottom of why he's allowing this girl to slowly destroy his career and his friendships. Because the last thing I would ever want to see is somebody who watches my content or Lacy's content to fall in the same footsteps as him. Because the honest truth is, this is sad as fuck. And even the rest of the FaZe members, although they don't say it directly to Lacy because they already have, they secretly think he's pathetic as well.
Yeah, that's the, the worst part, bro. It's like, you gotta, obviously if you have like a terrible group of friends, then it doesn't count. But when you have a good group of dudes around you that genuinely care, man, listen to them, bro. Listen to them. They seeing through that. They seeing you change. They seeing you not putting yourself first. They like, bro, wake up. This girl's playing you, bro. Lock in. And you just sitting there looking like a dummy.
Don't.
Oh, brother.
Yo, that was your fault, bro. That was your fault. That was your fault, bro. That was your fault, bro. That was your fault. That was your fault. That was your fault, bro. 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 That was on you. That's not on me. That was on you, bro. That was not.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Not again. Fuck it, man. What are you supposed to do?
And the truth is, a lot of guys are gonna go through a situation like this in their life at
Yeah, it's part of the character development. Like, it's gonna happen, but you gotta wake up to reality.
least one time. And that's where you're gonna meet a girl at some point in your life. And when you meet her, you probably aren't in your prime. You probably don't have a lot going for you, and you have a lot of learning to do. That relationship at some point is gonna end, and you're probably gonna be devastated. Now, the truth is that relationship was probably never gonna last in the first place, but since it was one of your earlier ones, it sucks really fucking bad. But here's the thing. Most men will have a glow up between the age of 18 and 25.
And I'll say this too, man. I'm not saying that you should be out here just looking for it, but bro, that first cut's the one that hurts the deepest, man. When you start to mature and kind of become in tune with yourself and secure with what you bring to the table, and that's why self-development is so important. Like, you're gonna obviously miss her, but you're also gonna be like, man, that's her loss. I know what the fuck I got going on. I know what I bring to the table. I know I'm gonna be straight with or without you, baby. And when you moving like that, I promise you, women can sense that shit. Women can sense the desperation. So when you moving within your purpose and your energy, it's like they gonna actually be way more attracted to you, way less likely to try to fuck up their situation in the first place, because they're like, oh shit, I need this nigga.
It's basically guaranteed if you're working on yourself and trying to become the best version of yourself. If you're going to the gym, if you're eating healthier, you're gonna have the glow up, and that girl will.
This nigga need to get in the gym too, bro. Like, bro, you making way too much money, got way too much money, emotion to just be looking like a little fat chicken nugget nigga. Like, come on, bro. You got the Urus right here. Hire the private trainer, dude.
It'll come back. It's basically guaranteed. But if you have any sort of respect for yourself, you won't let her come back. And I think that's Lacy's problem. You see, Lacy's already admitted that Darla is one of the first girls he's ever talked to.
It was a thing, like, it was content. It was also, before her, I never talked to a girl.
Yeah, see, and I could tell. And you know, shout out to him for being able to even admit this, bro. I could see it on his face. I don't know how old bro is, but I could tell it's like without this money and fame, like bro was really a lame. And now he's got the money and the fame and he's literally getting his character development in front of everybody. And you know, sometimes that sucks. You know, you got all this pressure of the entire world judging you and telling you how you're supposed to move, you know, but lock in, brother. You have all the resources around you. You have more than enough money to invest into yourself and really make that difference, bro.
I had sex before her with one other girl ever, and it was only one time.
He's never really had a real relationship with anybody. And the one he's having right now with Darla is basically his first relationship. Now, I would argue that they're not actually in a relationship. I genuinely think she's just using him like she was the first time. But in his mind, Darla's the first girl he's ever talked to. But when she left and he started to glow up, started to make more money, and become a better version of himself, he never actually spent that time by himself to love himself. Immediately after Darla left, he had like 4 or 5 different fake relationships with a bunch of different girls, and before he knew it, Darla was trying to come back. And although, like I said, he had lost a bunch of weight, he made a bunch more money, he never spent the time to look at himself in the mirror as anything other than a fat loser. So when
damn, bro. Yeah, bro. He needs to take that time.
Darla came back, there was no chance he was gonna tell her no, because in his heart, he doesn't believe he can do better. And since he spent his entire last
year, you're him. You look at your life. You're him, bro.
Year having girls on stream for a relationship, he still to this day has never been in a real relationship, so he doesn't even know what it's supposed to look like. Which is why it's so important, and I say this at the end of a lot of the videos that I make on this topic, but focus on yourself. Now, that's not saying you should never have a girlfriend, obviously. I myself have a girlfriend and have been with my girl for longer than Lacy has known Darla. I've been with my girl for 3 to 4 years now, but you should absolutely never get in one until you respect yourself, because if you don't respect yourself, you're gonna allow your significant other to walk all over you, just like Lacy allows Darla.
Another big thing that a lot of y'all young niggas and just men in general, y'all need to understand, like, there's certain shit you can't compromise. When you in a relationship, yes, you have to compromise for your woman. Yes, you have to, you know, see from their POV, and as a man, step up to plate, make sure they straight. But at the same time, you know your morals, bro. You know right from wrong. Your mama taught you the right, you know what you're saying? Your mama taught you the right way, bro. If you feel like a girl is trying to change the fluidity of your piece, you just notice every time she's doing this thing, and you keep bringing to her attention that you don't like it, and she is giving you so much pushback, it is starting to disturb your peace. Do not compromise your peace for that woman, bro. She's not the one. She's not the one. It's not gonna work. I promise you.
He doesn't even have enough respect for himself to keep her off of the stream. Listen, at the end of the day, I could give a flying fuck what Lacy does. I make these videos for entertainment, and so the young people that watch Lacy, because I highly doubt there's any adults watching him, don't think this is normal. It's not normal to get used by a girl this badly and for you to take her back. That's loser shit. All of the people around Lacy don't want to say anything because they don't want to start drama. Maybe a little bit of ass kissing going on over there, but they all think Lacy is a fucking loser too.
So was Darla. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Darla got the ban of doom. She's not pulling up to this crib. Pretty sure she's hard banned from this house.
And you can tell by the way they react whenever it's brought up to them on stream. I mean, shit, I wouldn't be surprised if this is part of the reason Plackboy Max left the FaZe house.
Bitch inevitable though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. This bitch is inevitable. Her shit gotta be. Nah, nigga, not Aquafina, not no tap water. That shit Saratoga. Her shit gotta be so crazy, boy.
I wouldn't want that.
You know what's crazy? It's probably not. That shit's probably fucking trash. It's just the nigga just got them rose-colored glasses on. He can't see nothing else.
Loser energy around me all day, every day either. But at the end of the day, no matter what you do, you should be striving to be absolutely nothing like Lacy. Now, hopefully I didn't
Word, man. W little video. Like, as I said, y'all, put yourselves first, man. And understand this. Being selfish is a good thing. There is nothing wrong with being selfish, because when you become that best version of yourself, that is when you're going to be truly in a place to provide for another person. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got for y'all today, man. Again, didn't really, I know of Lacy, obviously, didn't know about this situation, but I think there was a lot to learn. So I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all got some value from this video. I love y'all. Where you at, family? Y'all already know what it is. Make sure you guys tap into the Twitch streams too. The link to that is in the description. I'm going.
Where you at, Berto? I made this shit look too easy.